Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss about the glycogen storage diseases. This glycogen storage diseases, you will also call it as glycogenesis. Okay, the another name is glycogenesis. Okay, another name for this glycogen storage diseases. Okay, that you will also call it as glycogenesis. Okay, generally, if you see this glycogen storage diseases, this you will call it as a inherited disorders. You will call it as inherited disorders. Clear. And there is a defective glucose metabolism. In this there is a defective glucose metabolism you are going to be observed. Finally, there will be an excessive intracellular accumulations of glycogen. There will be intracellular accumulation of glycogen. Clear. See, we had seen that is intracellular accumulation of the glycogen. See, because of that intracellular accumulation of the glycogen, we are going to be observing some diseases. Okay, that is glycogen storage diseases. Mainly, if you see, these kind of diseases are the inherited disorders where you are going to be observe the defective glucose metabolism leads to the excessive intracellular accumulations of the glycogen. Clear. And if you see the different types of these glycogen storage diseases based on the enzyme deficiency, specifically if you see based on that is enzyme deficiency in our body, which will be divided this into Roman number 1 to 8. Okay, that is glycogen storage disease Roman number 1. Okay, that is type 1 to type 8. Okay, and based on the pathophysiology, okay, it will be divided into 3 forms. Clear. And if you see the types of this glycogen storage diseases based on the enzyme deficiency, okay, this will be divided into 8 types of glycogen storage diseases. Okay, that will be represented from Roman number 1 to 8. And based on the pathophysiology, if you see, these diseases will be categorized into 3 forms. Okay, first we'll discuss what is this 3 forms of this glycogen storage diseases. Okay, the first one is the hepatic forms. The first one is hepatic forms. Okay, what is this hepatic forms? These are inherited deficiency of hepatic enzymes. Okay, inherited deficiency of inherited deficiency of hepatic enzymes. Clear. See, that will be required for synthesis of glycogen. Okay, that is going to be required for synthesis of glycogen, mainly for storage. Okay, once the glycogen will be synthesized, that will be stored inside the liver. Clear. See, here hepatic forms means what? Here it is an inherited deficiency of these hepatic enzymes. Clear. See, what is the use of this hepatic enzymes that will be useful or required for synthesis of glycogen? After synthesis, that glycogen will be stored inside the liver. Okay, see, this condition you can call it as a type 1. Okay, you will call it as type 1 glycogen storage disease. Clear. And next one is due to the lack of hepatic enzymes. See, because of lack of these hepatic enzymes, what happens? That will be useful for breakdown of glycogen into the glucogen. Okay, glycogen to glucose. Okay, this you will call it as a type 6 glycogen storage disease. Clear. See, because of this lack of these enzymes, what happens? Whatever the glycogen that will be present, which will be unable to convert into the glucose. See, automatically there will be increased accumulations of the glycogen. Clear. See, this you will call it as a type 6. Okay, this all related to the hepatic forms, means related to the hepatic enzymes. That means if there is any lack of these hepatic enzymes, then what happens, which will be leading to either type 1 glycogen storage disease or type 6 glycogen storage disease, okay, which will be related to the hepatic forms. Okay, next one is myopathic forms. Okay, next one is myopathic forms. We'll see what is this. Myopathic forms. Okay, it's also a genetic deficiency of glycolysis. Okay, which is a genetic deficiency of glycolysis to form lactate. Clear, to form lactate in striated muscles. Clear. See, generally in case of glycolysis, what happens? There is a formation of byproduct, that is lactate. Clear. See, that means in case of myopathic form, there is a genetic deficiency of glycolysis. Clear. See, that means this lactate which will be unable to form in the striated muscles, which will be leads to the accumulation of glycogen. Okay, see this forms you will call it as type 5 and type 7. Clear. See, this is the myopathic forms. Okay, what is this myopathic form? Here genetic deficiency of glycolysis, okay, to form the lactate in the striated muscles. Clear. See, as there is no lactate in the striated muscles, which will be results in the accumulation of glycogen. See, this you will call it as type 5 and type 7 glycogen storage disease. Okay, and next the third form is we will call it as other forms of glycogen storage diseases. Third one is, okay, other forms. If you see these other forms, this does not occur either by, that is hepatic forms, or by the myopathic forms. Okay, except those, the remaining you will call it as other forms. Clear. Other forms means what? Which doesn't occur either the first one. Okay, either the first we had seen, that is either the hepatic forms or the myopathic forms. Clear. This you will call it as other forms of glycogen storage diseases. Example, if you see here, that is Pompe's disease. Okay, Pompe's disease. Okay, this is type 2. Okay, this is type 2, where there will be a lysosomal storage of glycogen you are going to be observed in this Pompe's disease. Okay, this comes under the other forms of glycogen storage diseases. Okay, what is this other forms of glycogen storage disease? This doesn't occur either by hepatic forms or the myopathic forms. Clear. And if you see the example, that is Pompe's disease, where you will going to be observed, that is glycogen storage, okay, mainly in the lysosomes. Okay, and today we'll discuss about okay, regarding this glycogen storage diseases. Okay, that means some information regarding three types of glycogen storage diseases we'll see today. Okay, the first one is, we'll see, that is type 1 glycogenesis. So we'll see what is this type 1 glycogenesis. Okay, this type 1 glycogenesis, you will also call it as von Gierke's disease. Okay, this you will also call it as von Gierke's disease. Okay, what is this another name for this type 1? That is von Gierke's disease. Gierkes. Okay, this is von Gierke's disease. Clear. Here in this disease, there is a deficiency of glucose 6 phosphatase. Okay, what is the deficiency of the enzyme here? That is glucose 6 phosphatase. Okay, this enzyme is going to be deficiency in individuals. Clear? This is also one of the inherited disorder. Clear? See, because of this deficiency of this enzyme, see what happens. See, this enzyme mainly useful for the breakdown of the glycogen. Clear? Inside the liver. So because of this deficiency, what happens? There will be excess, okay, accumulation of glycogen you are going to be observed mainly in case of the liver. Clear? Why? Because this glucose 6 phosphatase present in the liver, mainly this enzyme will be useful for the breakdown of the glycogen into the glucose. Clear? See, as there is a deficiency, then what happens? Glycogen is unable to convert into the glucose, so there will be an excess accumulation of this glycogen inside the liver. Clear? As there is an excess accumulation of glycogen, this is one of the glycogenesis disease. Clear? See, then what happens? I told you this will be useful for the breakdown of this glycogen, but there is a lack. Then what happens? You are also observe hypoglycemia. Clear? Hypoglycemia, that means there is less production of the glucose because of lack of this glucose 6 phosphatase. Say why? Because hypoglycemia means decreased formation of glucose from the glycogen. Clear? See, because of this lack of this deficiency of this enzyme, that is the glucose 6 phosphatase, see, then what happens? Is undergoing fat is undergoing metabolism, okay, for the energy. Clear? Here what happens? Glucose plays an important role for the energy, as well as the glycogen plays an important role for the energy source. But here, because of the deficiency of this enzyme, there is, okay, accumulation of this glycogen and there is a lack of the glucose. Okay, because of these disturbances, fat is undergoing metabolism as a energy source. Say, because of that, which will be leading to hypolipoproteinemia. Okay, which will be leads to hyper, okay, lipoproteinemia, and also ketosis. You will also observe the ketosis. Clear? See, this, see, generally what happens, I told you this is an inherited disorder. In some individuals, what happens if there is a deficiency of this, which will be related to the stunted growth also. Clear? Clear this? If you see what is this type 1 glycogenesis, you will also call it as von Gerk's disease. Here you remember there is a deficiency of this enzyme, that is glucose 6 phosphatase. Okay, that is important in this disease. Because of the deficiency of this enzyme, there will be excess accumulation of glycogen in the liver, and simultaneously you are going to observe this hypoglycemia. Okay, hypoglycemia means decreased formation of glucose from the glycogen. Clear? See, because of this, fat is undergoing metabolism for the energy source, which will be leading to the hyperlipoproteinemia as well as ketosis. Okay, we'll see what are the features of this type 1 glycogen storage disease. Okay, mainly you are going to be observed, that is hepatomegaly. One of the important feature is hepatomegaly. Okay, hepatomegaly means increase the size of the liver. Clear? See, mainly because of intracytoplasmic and intranuclear glycogen. Okay, that means in the cytoplasm as well as in the nucleus, there is an accumulation of this glycogen. Okay, because of the accumulation of glycogen, okay, in these two organelles, which will be leading to this hepatomegaly, there will be increase in the size of the liver. Clear? And sometimes what happens, the kidneys are also enlarged. Clear? This is also one of the feature. The kidneys also enlarged. Mainly the glycogen will be stored in the tubular epithelial cells. Okay, in the kidneys mainly in case of tubular, okay, epithelial cells. Okay, and next one is you are going to be observed some other features, okay, like the gout. Okay, next one is the skin xanthomas. You know what is meant by this gout, that is accumulation of uric acid crystals, and skin xanthomas means which will be in the skin there will be raised bubbles which will be very hard. And next one is you are going to be observe the bleeding tendencies due to the platelet dysfunction, mainly because of platelet dysfunction. See, what is the relation between this platelet dysfunction and this glycogen is, see, suppose if there is an excess storage of glycogen, previously we had seen, okay, that means increased glycogen storage, as well as because of hypoglycemia. Clear, we had seen these two conditions because of lack of those enzyme, that is glucose 6 phosphatase. Clear, whenever there is increased glycogen and whenever there is a hypoglycemia, which will be leading to the decreased platelet adherence. See, what is this? Suppose if you see, these are the platelets. Clear? That means these are the platelets. Generally, they will be tightly adhere to each other. Clear? See, then only which will be forming a clump. Clear? See, but because of increased glycogen and because of this hypoglycemia, then what happens here? There will be decreased adherence. Clear, you are going to be observed. If there is a decreased adherence, then what happens? Platelets unable to, okay, join tightly. Clear, this will be leading to the bleeding tendencies. Clear, so this because of this platelet dysfunction. Okay, this you remember, because of this glycogen storage and because of this hypoglycemia, there will be a decreased platelet adherence. You are going to be observed, so that which will be leading to the bleeding tendencies because of this kind of, okay, that is type 1 glycogenesis. Okay, this all regarding the type 1 glycogenesis. You will also call it as von Geerk's disease. Okay, next we'll see next glycogen storage disease. Okay, next one is, okay, type 2 glycogenesis. Okay, this type 2 glycogenesis, you will also call it as Pompey's disease. Okay, Pompey's disease. Okay, in this Pompey's disease, okay, which is also a autosomal recessive disorder, okay, which is also an inherited disorder. Here there is a, okay, deficiency of, okay, lysosomal enzyme. Mainly there will be deficiency of lysosomal enzyme. Okay, okay, what is this lysosomal enzyme? That is mainly the acid maltase. Okay, that is inheritedly there will be a deficiency of this acid maltase lysosomal enzyme. See, mainly this acid maltase inside the lysosome, this will be useful for the breakdown of the glycogen. Okay, the glycogen will be breakdown into, or for the metabolism of this glycogen. Clear, this acid maltase will be useful inside the lysosomes. See, but because of this lack of this acid maltase, clear, inheritedly there is a deficiency of this acid maltase, so automatically there will be increased, that is accumulation of this glycogen. Okay, see, mainly this you are going to be observed in case of heart and in case of the skeletal muscles. Okay, this type 2 glycogenesis you are going to be observed mainly in case of heart as well as in case of skeletal muscles. Okay, in the heart, which will be leading to cardiomegaly. Okay, which will be leading to cardiomegaly, that means increasing in the size of the heart. And next one is you are going to be observed, that is hypotonia. In the skeletal muscles you are going to be observed hypotonia. Okay, because of accumulation of glycogen in the heart, which will be leads to cardiomegaly. And increased accumulation of glycogen in the skeletal muscles, you will call it as hypotonia. Okay, this hypotonia means it is a low muscle tone. You will call it as low muscle tone. You will call it as hypotonia. Okay, see what is meant by this muscle tone. Okay, which is the amount of tension or the resistance. Okay, to stretch in a muscle. Clear? See how much resistance, or if you see the tension, okay, that is going to be required to stretch a muscle. Okay, that you will call it as a muscle tone. Okay, hypotonia means low muscle tone. So what is this? Ultimately there will be a decreased muscle strength. Okay, there will be a decreased muscle strength you are going to be observed in this Pompe's disease. Okay, see this is regarding the Pompe's disease. Okay, this is also an autosomal recessive disorder. Okay, okay, here there is a deficiency of lysosomal enzyme. Example is acid maltase. Clear? See inside the lysosome, okay, this glycogen will be undergoing metabolism with the help of this acid maltase, but due to the lack of this enzyme there will be increased accumulation of glycogen. Okay, mainly this accumulation in the heart leads to cardiomegaly in the skeletal muscles, which will be leading to the hypotonia. Okay, hypotonia means low muscle tone, and if you see the muscle tone means which is the amount of tension or the resistance to stretch a muscle, you will call it as a muscle tone. Okay, ultimately hypotonia means which will be decreasing the muscle strength. Okay, so this is regarding the type 2 glycogenesis. We will also call it as a Pompe's disease. Okay, next we'll see regarding the type 5. Okay, we are seeing only the prototype of glycogen storage disease. We are not discussing everything here. Okay, next one is type 5. Okay, type 5. Okay, glycogenesis. Okay, this you will also call it as Mecardlis disease. Okay, you will also call it as Mecardlis disease. Okay, this type 5 glycogenesis, you will also call it as Mecardlis disease. Here there is a deficiency of muscle phosphorylase. Okay, here there is a deficiency of the enzyme, you will call it as muscle phosphorylase. Okay, see that means this will be leads to the accumulation of glycogen in the muscles, which will be leads to accumulation of glycogen in case of muscles. Clear? See that means in case of muscles, the glycogen is going to be broken down with the help of this phosphorylase. But because of this deficiency, there will be accumulation of this glycogen in case of the muscles. Clear? Same thing if there is a deficiency of phosphorylase. Okay, deficiency of phosphorylase in the liver. Clear? In the liver also there is a phosphorylase, but if there is a deficiency of phosphorylase in the liver, which will be leading to type 6, okay, glycogenesis. Okay, you remember? Okay, here this deficiency of phosphorylase in the liver. Here we are type 5 means which is related to the muscles. Okay, deficiency of muscle phosphorylate, which will be leading to the accumulation of glycogen in the muscles. Clear? And if you see here, because of accumulation of glycogen in the muscles, there will be some characteristic features you are going to be observed, that is painful muscle cramps. you are going to be observe very painful muscle cramps. See, especially after exercise. See, generally you cannot observe these muscle cramps, but generally, okay, especially after exercise, okay, immediately after exercise, there will be a painful muscle cramps you are going to be observed, okay, and rarely there will be a detection of myoglobinuria, okay, there will be detection of myoglobinuria. Okay, see this myoglobinuria is generally half of the cases you are going to be observed in this disease, that is detection of this myoglobinuria. Okay, see what is this myoglobinuria? That is presence of myoglobin. Okay, presence of myoglobin. In case of urine, you will call it as myoglobinuria. Clear? See, mainly when this myoglobin will be released into the urine, see, whenever if there is any muscle injury, then only the myoglobin is going to be released into the urine. Here, see, because of accumulation of glycogen in the muscles, what happens? There will be an injury to the muscles. See, because of that, the myoglobin will be released into the urine. See, whenever in the urine, anybody detecting this myoglobinuria, okay, it indicates they are suffering with this glycogen storage disease. Okay, generally, what is the use of this myoglobin? Clear, inside the muscle, which will be okay stored as a, okay, that is reserve of oxygen. Clear, mainly this myoglobin which will be stored inside the muscle as a reserve, okay, for oxygen. Okay, that means which will be acting like a reserve for oxygen. But here what happens? Because of this muscle injury, all the myoglobin will be, okay, they released into the urine, and that will be detected in the urine. Mainly this you are going to be observed only because of this muscle injury. Okay, see, that's all students regarding, okay, the glycogen storage diseases. Is it clear? If you see this type 5, there is a deficiency of muscle phosphorylase. Here, because of that, there will be accumulation of glycogen in the muscles. See, this phosphorylase enzyme will also be present in the liver. Suppose if there is a deficiency of that phosphorylase in the liver, which will be leading to the type 6, okay, type of glycogen storage disease. Okay, if you see the characteristic features like painful muscle cramp, especially after exercise, you are going to be observed, and there will be a detection of this myoglobinuria in half of the cases. Clear? See, this myoglobinuria means it is a presence of myoglobin in the urine that you are going to be observed only because of the deficiency or because of the muscle injury. Okay, students, that's all regarding the glycogen storage diseases.